Record. There we go. Um, so today's our last day, and housekeeping, participation form, don't forget it, timesheet, make sure you get paid for this. Um, and apparently there was a timesheet on an early email that came out about this. Um, I've made a few of you my co-hosts, so if you can help me keep an eye on the door.
Claire, I'm sorry to interrupt again. The timesheets, where do you access those? Because I don't remember that from last time. You know, the end of the school year, I don't remember where I took it from.
Just do a search. Yeah, just do a search in your email from Debbie D'Angelo, and you should see the Excel spreadsheet.
Excel. Oh, I see. Okay.
So let me see if I can find that for you. So you said that's from Debbie D'Angelo?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Or should we get the more recent one that was sent out about this? I wonder if
I'm sorry, it's not Debbie D'Angelo, it's Debbie Dean.
Yeah, Dean. Yeah,
yeah,
Debbie.
sorry. Debbie Dean. Sorry.
There she is. Yeah. And so somewhere down here, no. You know what? I'll dig in here and see if I can find it.
I can find it and put it in the chat, Claire.
That sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. So today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to spend a little time on the phone. Want to show you a couple things there. I'm going to go back into YouTube. I had a question that I also wanted to come back to. Let me do the YouTube now. So let me share.
Why do you use YouTube rather than just like saving your videos and posting them on Google Classroom or something else?
Yeah, so, and that's what most, oh, my bad. I want to come over here for a second. I like to use YouTube because it gives me the number of views and it tells me how long the average viewing was. I like to use YouTube because when I post it in Seesaw, it has a good thumbnail. Now, if I put it on Google Drive, it has this generic Google Drive thumbnail. But the benefits of putting it on Google Drive over YouTube are that YouTube sometimes has inappropriate things on the sidebar while they're watching your video. And that's actually because of the viewing habits of the person using that computer in that house, not the kid, but someone in that house is watching the videos. That's why they're coming up like that. And parents don't like that. I did not have resistance from my parents. And the other reason why you would use, sorry, I want to see if I could see some faces here. The other reason why you would use Google Drive instead is kids using VUSD devices can't access a lot of these videos on YouTube. So what I do is I do it on YouTube, but I give them a link to it on Google Drive as well. So all my kids have access to it. I get the nicer thumbnail. And for the kids that do get over to YouTube, I get the site counts and I get the analytics on that. And despite the fact that a number of my kids were using district devices, by the looks of my views, many of them did get over to YouTube. So does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So another option you have for sharing videos is in Loom. And Loom is it won't show them anything else except the video. So I wanted to come over here and I'm going to go back here. So when you're on YouTube, your icon will be over here. And if you click on it, I want to point out two places where there are settings. It's a little bit confusing. So when you're in YouTube over here, there's a settings down here. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I showed you this is where you find out how many strikes you have and what's enabled and what you're entitled to. If you go to add or manage your channels, this is where I have 2 channels connected to this Gmail account, and I could have added another one if I wanted to. I'm currently not on my BUSD YouTube account. I'm on my private one. And if you go back here in advanced settings, which you can get to here or here either way, if you come down to the bottom, if you ever want to delete your channel, that's where you do it. Down here in advanced settings, I got here by clicking on my icon, going down to settings. Now I want to show you another settings. If I go into YouTube Studio, so how did I get to YouTube Studio? When I'm in YouTube, if I click on my icon over here, it says YouTube Studio. Now I'm moving to a different place. I'm in YouTube Studio. Down here, there's a different settings. I don't know why. And these are some important things here. Let's go to your channel. Here you can put keywords if you want people to be able to search and find you. You may not be in that game, like you're not looking for people to find you. You're just trying to hit your target audience. So that may not be, like I would probably add travel here because I have travel things on here. I'm of two minds. I'm kind of excited about getting a lot of views and kind of creeped out by it at the same time. Like, oh, watch my videos. So I'm like it's that. Yeah. Anyway, if you go over here to advanced settings, this is important. This channel is not set for children because I actually swear in some of these videos on here. And I have to warn my parents. I'm like, you drift to other parts of my YouTube at your own peril. But now that it's on BUSD, it's not an issue. And with my BUSD channel, I did set it as a channel for kids. And you will want to do that. That's just going to, over time, make your kids better able to use it with the BUSD device. And then I would say just noodle around in the settings because there's like ad blockers and things like that. Getting back to Shauna's question from yesterday, in YouTube Studio, if I click on videos over here, then I get to this window where all my videos are. And I have quite a few, so I can even, like, if it's not here, I go to I have 97 videos. Look at me. Look at, all right. Once you're here, I can change it to unlisted, public, or private. And I did actually this morning go back to, I realized someone in this class asked me a question and maybe it's not here. Is it here? That's weird. Why am I seeing it like this? All right. Anyway, I went back and made a bunch of stuff unlisted because I realized that these videos that I'm making with this class have images of children in them. And I promised the parents I would keep that unlisted. And I didn't, like, really didn't connect in my brain until someone asked me a question here. So I went back and I just made everything unlisted. You still have access to it because I gave you the link. And BUSD is still using them and they're giving people the link. But it's just not public. Did that answer your question, Shauna?
I guess so. So what you're telling me is that as long as we're in underneath the umbrella of BUSD, we're safe?
Safe for what?
From other people viewing our videos.
No, it's how you put the video. Anything that is public, anybody can see it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you have to make it unlisted. And that's not having anything to do with BUSD. That's just everybody who uses YouTube. That's a thing. Public is public, whether you're BUSD or not. Unlisted is you put that link in Google Classroom or Seesaw, your kids are fine, but nobody else is going to see that.
Okay. So I'm just curious why you have yours public. They should be unlisted, right?
No, these are not kids.
I see. Those are not kids. Okay. All right. Those are all you. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Of course, if you're doing the lesson,
These
It's
are the
not like-
kid ones down here, yeah.
oh, right. When the kids submit videos, okay, I get it now. I'm getting it. Yes, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. So either way, if I give them a link, they can get to it.
I
But if it's public, other people can get to it too.
Okay, okay.
And I don't know why I make some of them public. Like I said, it's kind of, I guess it's an ego thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I can make them all unlisted.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they
Okay.
still have access. That's the thing. Okay.
Yeah, with the link, with the link. Now, if you make it private, nobody will have access but you.
Okay.
And then you would be just using it as a storage device. Before we leave here, I want to come over to the side. I wish this was, anyway. This is scrollable. And if you scroll to the bottom, it'll bring you to the audio library. And YouTube has a really nice audio library. On this resources page, down here, popular YouTube audio library songs and popular YouTube audio library songs for children. So they have so many free songs. It's hard to get through it, and a lot of it's techno garbage. No, I love techno, but not all of it's good. So I found that these videos had already So these videos, someone's gone through and chosen, I think, 10. How did they choose them? I don't know. Sometimes they're the most popular. And so what I found by watching this, I kind of like that one. So when I go into Audio Library, I can just search for Sandcastle, or I can search for Green Orbs, because that was and by searching by the artist, you might see other music that you like as well. Yeah, so they have all these songs, and specifically they have Sandcastle. I could search for that and find it. And then you just click this download, and now it's downloaded to your device, and you can bring it into your iMovie. I just want to check with you guys. Yesterday, did I get to the editing in YouTube with you guys or no? No. Okay, very quickly. Actually, I'm going to hold off on that because I may not get to everything, and that would be one thing that's not as important. So I want to go into YouTube iMovie right now. No. Before I do that, what I want to do is take us on the iPhone. The app that I'm going to be talking about, there's a link to it on that resources page. It's called Video Saver. So right now I'm going to share my screen with you from my phone. All right. And before I head over to the app, I want to let you know that you can record your screen on your phone. And you can also record your voice and your screen at the same time. So how you would do that is you click on Settings, you go into Control Center, and you customize the controls. And these are other things that you can put into that Control Center. I should explore these, they look good. But I found screen recording down there, and I just hit the green plus sign, and that brought it up here. Now, this is my control center, that swipe up from the bottom where you get the flashlight. I can't hit this now because I'm sharing my screen on Zoom. But normally this red button, I would hit it to record, and I would have the choice of turning on or off the microphone. So that's how you record your screen, and it gets saved to your photos.
Could you repeat that? I got distracted by somebody entering into the.
Yeah, no problem. So to record your screen, you have to click on Settings. And And let me get out of this. Let me just make sure I have everybody in the room. Okay. So you go into settings and you're going to look for the control center. And in control center, you're going to customize the controls. And if you go down here, there's other things you can add. And you're looking for screen recording. When you click the plus sign, it comes up to the top.
Okay.
And then now it's down here with your flashlight. And you can just turn on and off the mic and hit that record button. So the other thing I wanted to show you is this app that I use called Video Saver.
Oh my God.
What was the, oh my God?
Just
Something
too
else?
many people coming so late.
Yeah, it's okay.
Distracting.
If you're feeling stressed at being a co-host, you could just not be a co-host. I got 4 of you guys, I think so. And it's actually showing up on my screen, so it's not that hard for me right now. So, Video Saver. This app will allow you to go onto the internet and take videos off the internet, which is, I think, a very important thing to be able to do when making instructional videos. You're going to assign your kids to watch some video, then I pull that video off the internet and I comment on the video. I chop it up. I'm like, what about when she said this? Who's the main character? What's this setting? So you're just getting more from that activity than them just watching the video and doing a response. So I go to Video Saver. Now I previously already found my web address of what I wanted. I can get a YouTube video. I can get a video that's sitting on a web page. So if it's on a web page, I need the URL of the web page. And, oh, excuse me, I click this, let me get this thing out of the way. I click this plus sign up at the top. I'm gonna go back. There was a plus sign up there. And the tricky thing that I struggled with, I didn't realize you could scroll this up because what I needed was on the bottom of this list. I click on internet and then I paste that URL that I copied in this, get up there. Cancel, hold on one sec. It's being hard for me because of the broadcasting the screen. Let me hit cancel for a sec. It's not letting me do it, but let's pretend I pasted a URL in there. And then I click on go down here. It's not working. Let me try it again. Oh, I know what happened. Darn it. Sorry, I had something already ready to go and then I must have done something else with my phone. So let me very quickly get a URL. I have no idea what this is, but I'm going to take it anyway.
National standard. But as I've said, this is full of risks. There's
All right, so now I'm going to go over to Video Saver. I'm going to put that URL in there. Come on, behave yourself. Oh, there. There we go. Nope, that's not what, okay, let's try it.
Excuse me, where do you get Video Saver?
Video Saver, there's a link in my document and it will,
An app, right?
it's an app, yeah, and you can download it. It's called Video Saver. Sorry,
And it's
everybody-
only for phones and iOS devices.
Oh, it's not for Androids?
Well, I think it is. I'm just saying it's
questions
not
that
for
are unanswered.
laptops. It's only for phones, right?
Yeah, for phone.
iPads.
Yeah, yeah.
But Claire, if you do it on your phone, could you then send that link in an email to yourself and put it in the drive? Or could you?
Yeah, you can upload it to your drive from your phone too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's a YouTube, if I've uploaded it to my drive, is it then converted so that I'm not getting all the YouTube advertising?
Yeah, it's just the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And I'm sorry, it's not working for me, and I don't know if I think it has to do with I'm just trying to get it when I'm not sharing, and then maybe we can come back to me.
Okay.
I don't know what, I'm sorry. So let me share this again. I'm sorry that it's not working perfectly, but normally what would happen is I would post the URL into this purple bar at the top, click go. And then if it's a web page, I'm going to scroll down to find the video I want. If it's YouTube, it'll be right there. You have to click play on the video. Give it a second. After you click play, eventually a little window is going to show up to say download. You click download. Sorry, I can't show you that. When you've done that, here where it says my videos at the bottom, it will show up on this list. Now, there are 3 dots next to it. So you click on those. Sorry, I'm going to call for a sec.
Claire, how much is this app? I can't seem to find the price on it.
Free.
It's free?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Our favorite number.
Yes. And I have a workaround when they tell you you've done all your stuff and you can't have any more. So you go ahead and click on save to camera roll. Now, what I discovered this morning, I download this video that I got is like my current favorite song, When Things Don't Go Your Way. And I discovered that's how you can bring music into your iMovie, because this video has the music on it. I'll detach the music, get rid of the video, and I can use that music as my soundtrack. You will be violating copyright laws.
Excellent.
But sometimes you need to. Sorry, no. So when I go to trial for all my violations, I'll be like, yeah, remember that video where you like said you knew what you were doing?
I still think that if it's for educational purposes, I had some lawyer tell me if it's for education, you're not violating copyright. As long as you're not selling it to anybody.
Yeah, and you also can't get in the way of them making money. If you're doing anything that's making people, hey, Abdul's trying to talk to me, sorry. Let me stop sharing. If you're doing something that's going to block their income, regardless of whether you're a teacher, they're going to make you stop. But you're not really blocking anybody's income. I'm not showing the whole video. So I just wanted to show you quickly. Am I not showing? Okay, let me share. How would I use this? I just want to show you quickly. So in this video I made, which is almost 8 minutes long, I had an assignment where they had to watch a story on Storytime Online and then talk about, is the title appropriate? It was A Tale of Two Beasts. And I talk about the answers they gave me on Seesaw. And then I start talking about my opinion about what I think the answer is. And this is before I had Video Saver. So you could see the video quality is not that good. I was actually just using my phone to videotape the video off my Chromebook. It still worked, but it's better if you use Video Saver. Suffering. And she scooped it up and she thought she was helping it. And that was one beast.
I was walking home from Grandma's house through the deep, dark woods when I spied a strange little beast. Feet, 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 feet. He was stuck up a tree and whining sadly, so I decided to rescue him. Feet. I will call you Fang, I told him. And I wrapped him warmly up in my scarf and carried him safely home.
But when we listened to part 2 of the book, it switched the perspective or the point of view. Instead of the girl telling us the story, now the animal told us the story. And he wasn't suffering in the tree, he was having a good time. And this beast, this little girl, he's calling a beast.
Sarah Silverman.
Terrible beast. Scooped him up when he was having a good time and did all sorts of things that made him uncomfortable.
A Tale of Two Beasts, Part 2, The Terrible Beast. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. I was hanging from my favorite tree, singing happily to the birds when, hey!
So for me, trying to teach that in Zoom, if it's a small group, maybe. But I feel like by making these educational videos to supplement our Zooming, that's where we can get a little bit deeper. The challenge is you're teaching in a vacuum, you're videotaping, you're not having an exchange with the kids. But I think it's one of the good ways to teach in a distance teaching, to take videos and react to them and talk about them in that way. So I'm getting a little confused. Did I just take you into the settings of YouTube at the beginning of this class?
No.
Okay, let's go there. Sorry, my brain is
Well, you
melting.
showed us how to make it so that it was accessible to kids.
But I didn't go into the settings with you today, did I?
No.
Okay, so let's talk about that quickly. And I want to point out to you that on this resources page, up here toward the top, customizing your channel on YouTube, that's a 10-minute video of me showing you how to do some of this stuff. YouTube is super dense, so it's a lot to work through. If you come over here when you're on YouTube and you click on your icon, down here, where'd it go? There it is. There's the settings. Click on that. Yesterday, I think we talked about this. This is where you know your strikes and what you've enabled, what you're eligible for. Here, add or manage your channels. I've got 2 attached to this Gmail. I could have another. Advanced settings is important, I think, because if you scroll down, the day that you want to delete your channel, this is where it is, if that ever happens. So you should also go in and explore these other settings just to see what you have control over. I believe you can block some ads. That's the first settings. Now, when I click on the icon, if I click on YouTube Studio, down here is another settings. And these settings are important, especially on the channel. Now, if you're making things public, you put your keywords in here so people will get your when they're searching, these are your keywords. If you're not doing public, don't worry about that. In advanced settings, that's what's important. You're going to want to make your BUSD set the channel is made for kids. So this is not my BUSD account, so I am not doing that because I curse on some of my videos, not my personal ones. So you want to set the advanced settings to set your channel for kids. And I would again explore these things in settings and see if there's anything. Okay, I want to go over to iMovie. So that thing I just got off of Video Saver, I want to advise you on your phone. Let me stop sharing for a minute. On your phone, when you save that video to your camera roll, the phone has an album called Recent. Go into your Recent and favorite that video because iMovie doesn't have that Recent album and you will not find that video. Like when I first started using Video Saver, I downloaded a video like 10 times because I'm like, it's not here. And what I didn't realize is it's somewhere way back in the past, it goes into your library by the date it was created. So it's hard to find it. But if you, on your phone, mark it as a favorite, and that's just clicking the heart at the bottom, then when you're in iMovie, you could go into your favorites and find it.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, that was a tricky one for me for a while. So in albums, pretty sure one of the albums is going to be Favorites, right? Yeah, Favorites. And so then you can find it much more easily.
Hey, Claire, I have
So-
a quick question. I'm so sorry. If you're going to download a video from Storyline Online, you know how when you open it up, it gives you an option to open SchoolTube, YouTube, or Vimeo? Should you do YouTube so that is there an easier format or it doesn't matter?
I'm sorry, I got distracted because I had something personal up on the screen I was trying to get off. Could you say that question one more time?
If you want to watch Storyline Online, they now give you 3 options: SchoolTube, YouTube, or Vimeo. If you are exporting the video for the purposes that we're talking about, does it matter what format?
I haven't tried the other formats, but there are certain formats that you will have trouble bringing into iMovie, and YouTube isn't one of them. So
Okay, great.
I
So
know
just
that
use
much.
YouTube.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could play with the others and see what the results are.
Okay.
And Claire, I have another question again about YouTube, because I haven't dealt with a YouTube channel since the spring because of the the videos that try this, look at this next, recommended on the right.
Mhm.
And so that's my concern. And I noticed that even in your story that you shared with us, there were like 5 or 6 other stories that kids could click on the right-hand side of that video. Is that still true with YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, just as a heads up for us, we had a bunch of families at John Muir School say, we don't want to see any of this.
I give them that Google Drive link.
Okay.
Go over there. I just like, go over there. Just do that.
But even in the Google Drive link, I think the kids can click on them. No, they can't?
No, in the Google Drive link, they're just going to have access to the video I made.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thanks.
Yeah, I know there was that pushback and I was bummed. I heard that from you and I was like, oh, of course. Yeah, because I have a lot of interesting things come up on the side of mine because I like to, believe it or not, I like to look at makeup videos. Who would have thought this woman is looking at makeup videos? I don't wear makeup, but I love the artistry of what people are doing with makeup. It's really beautiful. Anyway, so my families, by the looks of the views, did not have a problem with YouTube, but I did give them that out. Go to this Google Drive link. And that's how I worked around it because really, I do want them. I like the YouTube information and the thumbnail because that Google Drive thumbnail is not, I don't think you can underplay how important the presentation of the assignment is. And unfortunately, if you only use Google Drive, it's not an attractive thumbnail. It's some generic Google thing. And I don't think you can underestimate how important that is. All right, so I wanted to show you, I'm gonna forget, so I'm gonna come back here to my phone. We talked about this.
Claire,
They have-
can I ask a quick
yeah.
question?
Yeah,
Is it possible to download videos from Instagram or something like that, or not?
yes, if you use that video saver.
Okay,
You
all right.
have to download it to your device.
Got it.
So I wanted to show you in iMovie on the phone. So I'm going to start let me go with this project. So what I do is let me get rid of everything.
Oh, pretty.
Okay, so what I do is when you're on the phone, when you hit the plus sign, it gives you access to your photos. And I'm just going to take a recently added photo, my favorite photo lately, and click the plus sign underneath it. Now, what I want to show you is how do you get, and I'm going to make this the maximum length, which is 2.5 minutes for an image. How do I get music that's better on my phone over to my Mac laptop? Now I'm going to go plus again. Up here it says photo. I need to move back until I get to these choices. And I want to look at the audio. All right, I'm gonna hopefully share this, these soundtracks with you. Now you have all these wonderful,
Library?
I'm sorry,
Are
was
you
some,
in your photo library right now?
this is on my iPhone and iMovie. So let me come out of that for a second, hit cancel. So I went on my iPhone and I opened up iMovie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I did a plus sign and I just got one photo. It doesn't matter, I'm taking the photo off later. But I got a photo from my photos. And then once I had my photo, I stretched it out to the maximum length, which is 230. Now I'm gonna bring that music in, that beautiful music. And I click on audio and I click on soundtracks. Now I'm just gonna share some of my favorites. My favorites are down in the retro section. I would use sentimental ones with care because they kind of make you a little bit weepy. I mistakenly did that one. So I like this one. And I like this one. I like these are awesome. There's a bunch of these. I like this one. So that's the one I took, Cool Cat. So I now have that song for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If my video is longer than that, I can just get another photo. No, you know what? I didn't even have to do that. I could just click on this and duplicate it. Now I have 2. So now my video is just under 5 minutes. So when I'm done, I click done. And now I am going to use this arrow and see this airdrop? In theory, I should be able to click on airdrop and I should be able to get it over to my Mac that way. This was failing me last night, so this was my workaround. I saved the video first. And I'm going to save it as the biggest one I can, which is a 1080. I'm not going to spend time exporting this now, but I did this last night. So now that video's down here in my iPhotos library. And now once I have it in my iPhoto library, if I click on this share button down in the bottom, now if I do the airdrop, it's gonna, oops, sorry, it's gonna work. So I click Claire's MacBook Pro, boom, I got it. Now in theory, oops, let me stop sharing. In theory, once it's in my photos library, it should be on the MacBook. But in reality, it doesn't always show up for a while. And it gets very frustrating. So airdropping it, now I will, let me share my screen with you again. Now that I've airdropped it, it's in my downloads file as a QuickTime movie. And, get rid of this. So I'm gonna go to media. No, I'm gonna go to this arrow above audio. And I'm gonna search my device for this item. So I know it's in download. So let me see if I, interesting. Oh, okay. Here it is. So I click on it and then I click open, or it just comes right in. So here it is down here. Now I can bring that into my movie. Now, if you remember to detach the video, and this is a little tricky because I don't know if you're going to stumble on the same things I stumbled on. I thought it would have been here underneath this speaker. It's not. you have to do that right click or double click on the clip. And there it is, detach audio.
Oh.
So now I've taken my favorite song and I've got it. And I'm moving it slightly away from the video first, because if I try and delete it right away, it deletes both. But when I move it slightly away, let me zoom out so I can see the whole thing. Oh, this is the whole thing. No, there it is. Okay. So, and actually the beginning of the song is not actually, doesn't start right away. Starts right about there. So I'm going to split that top part off my way and bring this over here.
Don't wanna be so afraid. It's time to get out my way. I'm running, I can't keep running. I'm running, I can't keep running. I've been seeing the haze. Just wish it was just a phase. I'm running, I can't keep running. I'm running,
I love this song too much. It's such a good song. And the video is really cool too. I suggest you watch it. Okay, so that's a way that you can bring in the better and longer soundtracks from your phone in time. Because iMovie doesn't have that range of choices. Let's see what else I wanted to tell you. Okay. Am I recording this? Am I
Can I ask
recording
you
this
something?
meeting? Hold
Sorry.
on, I'm panicking right now. I just
Yes, you are.
Can I ask you something, Claire?
Yes, yeah.
When you said right click to get to detach the video, if you're on a laptop where there's no mouse.
It's a 2-finger click.
Okay, okay. All right.
Instead of clicking just with 1 finger, it's a 2-finger click.
Okay, and can you remind me, so to get to detach, where do you go to the files?
So let me show you that again. Am I sharing? I am sharing my screen. All right. Okay. So when let me go back a couple of steps with this guy if I can. Okay. So here's that music video I brought in.
Right.
I click on the clip, and then with 2 fingers, I click on it.
Okay, on the
And
click.
here is where that detach audio is. Now, the other important step is you got to move this guy. When you're having trouble with moving audio clips, one thing you might do is zoom in a little bit. You want to grab it not from the volume line. You don't want to grab it from the volume line. You want to grab it from slightly above the volume line. Once I moved it slightly, then I can delete the video. And I'm going to zoom out a bit to make, yeah.
So you take it from the sidebar. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So does that answer your question?
Yes, Claire, thank you so much. Yes.
Oh, yeah, good. All right. Now, I just want to review quickly how you export. When you're done with your project, you go to File, Share, and then under Share, I choose File, and that's going to get me a copy onto my device. And I just click here. I can adjust the resolution and the quality. I find the default is fine. Here I can name it and decide where I'm going to save it, my downloads or wherever I want it to be. And then I click save. I don't really want to do that, but it'll appear that nothing's happening, but iMovie is doing that in the background. And if you try and quit before it's done, it'll give you a warning, and don't quit. And that would be the file that when I'm in YouTube and I click on this, apparently I'm in YouTube Studio, but either YouTube or YouTube Studio. You click on this camera with the plus sign and you find that file and then you start uploading it. So I wanted to show you something a little bit, we're pretty much out of time. Okay, I'm a little bit torn. I want to show you something a little bit advanced. Yeah, I don't think I will. Maybe the time would be better spent with me letting you guys ask me questions. I'm going to make a video about this advanced thing I want to show you. But I think I might confuse people, and we should just stick with the basics and open it up for questions.
I have a question too.
Go ahead, just jump in.
Yeah, I want to know, is it possible to have two music or two like music videos or music like clips in your slide?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So now, so let's say I have this guy. Let's pretend he's a bit shorter. So I'm gonna get rid of the rest. That didn't work as well as I had hoped. Let's try that again.
And also, to my other question too, is the timing. So, like, if I wanted to kind of fade out or, end at a certain point.
Yes. So your music, you're in control of when it begins or ends. You can stretch it out or in from one side or from the other side, and that will affect how long the music plays for, where it ends, where it begins. If you want to take off a big chunk, you click on the clip so it has that yellow line around it. You put the playhead where you want to split it, and you give it a double click, a 2-finger click. Let me try that again. And you can split the clip and then just delete the part you don't want. Now, could you have more than one song? Yeah. So I could go into my audio and just randomly get another clip.
But how do you fade it, Claire?
Yes, and so
Fading
in and out.
Remember we did that yesterday?
Yeah. If you notice this line in the middle of your green audio clips, it's also on the blue portion of your video clips.
Right.
It doesn't exist in photos because there is no audio. That's your volume line, and you can pull it up or down. Go up to 400 if you need to. If you can see on the edge, there's a little blue dot with a black dot inside of it.
Right.
You don't want these arrows, you want these.
The dot.
You get that, you pull that dot, and that's fading out, and this would be fading in.
Mm-hmm.
Did that answer your questions?
Can you do that one more time?
Someone, what did you just say? Sorry.
I said, can you do that one more time?
Oh yeah, for sure. So on this clip, I have a line in the middle, and I also have it on my videos. And I can drag it up or down to reduce or increase the volume, either on the green clip or on the video clip. And if you'll look, I'm going to zoom in more so you can see. If you look, when I have my cursor nearby, this blue dot with the black center shows up. Now these arrows I don't want because that's going to edit that. But if I get these arrows that are slightly different, now I'm moving that blue dot, and the further I drag it in, it makes it more of a gentle fade out, or it could be just a little bit shorter fade out.
So you have to grab the line, you have to grab that bar at the end, right? Or at the beginning?
In order for those things to show up, like that's a photograph, so it's not showing up. Let's get on another video. In order for that little blue dot to show up, first you're going to click the clip, and I see it showing up right away, actually. So yeah, once you click the clip, it should show up. Yeah, they show up once you select the clip. There's that guy there. Other questions?
Claire?
Yeah.
You just, I missed it for a second, just
Yeah.
where you went 1, 2, 3 to get the video off of the, to detach the sound, how you got that video media into your project.
Sure. So, so I got that media. I'm assuming you saw the bit about the Video Saver, and with Video Saver, it's an app on my phone. I was able to put it in my, you saw that. Okay. So now with AirDrop, I got it to this device, and it's sitting in my downloads folder, I think. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go to this arrow above the word audio underneath the word modify.
Right.
And that'll get you access to things that are not in iPhoto or GarageBand or iTunes. And so I just have to navigate this. So I'm going to go to Claire Desktop, then we'll go back to Claire Dugan so I can get into my downloads. And I did this last night. That's why it's not the most recent thing, but I recognize it by the fact that it's 3.2 minutes. So I click on that, and that's how it came to be in my,
Wasn't that on your iPhone though? I had a hard time switch. I thought AirDrop wasn't. What were you using AirDrop or no?
I did use AirDrop, yeah.
Okay, so AirDrop is the ticket.
Yeah, because I put it in my photos, but it doesn't always show up in my photos when I'm trying to get it in iMovie. It doesn't always show up. Oh wait, did I do it that way?
You said theoretically AirDrop should work, but I wasn't sure if it.
Oh yeah, here's what I did. I put it into photos, and it does work when you AirDrop from photos. It does work. So I went into my photos on my phone, and I had it in my recent. I was able to find it because it's in the recent. Let me start sharing again. Let me stop sharing this guy. So I'm not sharing. Okay, let me try again. Okay, it should kick in a sec. Okay, so what I did was in Video Saver, on these three dots, I saved it to my camera roll.
Okay.
Oops, cancel. And then I came over to my camera roll. And
how did you get the link? How did you get the link into the app in the first place? I'm sorry, I missed that. I've downloaded the app myself, and I'm trying to get a YouTube link into there. And
yeah, so it should. The first thing you do, let me get back out of this. You click on the plus sign, you scroll down to internet. In this purple bar, it's not working for me. Are you able to paste that into that purple bar? If you click in that purple bar.
Yeah. Paste what in?
Oh, did you copy the URL of what you wanted? Okay, so here's what I would do. I'm going to go back a little bit. I would go to YouTube, let's say.
Okay.
And let's say I really want this video. So I'm going to click share, copy link.
Okay.
Now this is what you'll do with your own videos when you want to put them in Google Classroom or Seesaw. Once you post your video, you'll click on share, copy link, and that's what you'll put in Google Classroom and Seesaw. But with Video Saver, I'm going to come back to Video Saver. And I'm going to do that plus sign, scroll down, get internet. I'm going to try. It's not allowing me to, but normally it would give me the option to paste that up here. So try that. I think, I'm not sure. Let me try stopping my sharing. I think Zoom is getting in the way of me being able to do that, but it works for me normally. I paste and then I click go, and then you have to hit play on the video, and then a message will come up and you click download.
Okay.
Before I take another question, I just wanted to say to you guys, I don't know what this will look like going forward because I get very overwhelmed as a teacher just meeting the demands of teaching. But I do want to make myself available, especially to people who feel very overwhelmed by the technology. And we have 27 people in the room today, and it's not the easiest way to learn something. So if your staff, like one of the things is like Seesaw, we got Seesaw, I'm so excited. But then the missing part is people don't know how to use Seesaw. And they're hesitant to switch from Classroom, which they figured out, to Seesaw. If you've got a cluster of primary teachers that would like some help with Seesaw, we can set up some Zooms, and I think I can do it in like one Zoom. If you've got people that want help with Pear Deck, I'm good at that. And that's more of a for Zoom event because it's not easy. Seesaw would be a one Zoom event. I would like to offer my services to your schools. I really wish that they would let me have the year off just to do this because I think that this is what we need, but they already have people, so maybe they'll, but anyway, I don't know what I'll be able to do, but I would like you to reach out to me and use me as a resource, either for a clump of you or just you individually. Like Friday, I have an event scheduled with somebody, and right after this class, I'm going to meet with somebody. So I'm happy to do that for you. If you would like some one-on-one help, I just wanted to offer that to you guys. With the caveat, I'm about to get hit with a wave of teaching, but I'm going to try and figure out how to make time for that.
Thank you.
Claire.
Yeah. Any questions before we wrap up today's meeting?
About YouTube, we have to subscribe to that, right?
No, I think it comes automatically. If you go on YouTube right now, when you just like go on as a person visiting YouTube, I believe your BUSD icon is already in the corner.
Uh-huh.
So I think you already have a channel.
Did you, but your personal channel, like you subscribe, right?
No, like if I switch accounts right now, when you go to YouTube, do you see your BUSD icon in the corner? Because I've been finding that most people, it's already set up because they're in BUSD.
Uh-huh.
If you click on this icon, you already have a channel and you can go to your channel. There's probably nothing on it, right? Or do you not have a channel?
I'm just checking out. Let me
Okay.
Claire, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I go to my phone and I look for iMovie in the App Store and it says I already have it. I open it up and it opens up to some projects of mine that I have, but no settings, no editing. I don't understand. And
Can you share your screen with us?
Well, it's my iPhone. Yeah.
Your iPhone. Can you share that with us?
Can we?
It looks very different on the iPhone, so that is iMovie. It just, yeah, that's iMovie. You
Yeah.
hit the plus sign to start a new project.
I know. But
Oh,
like
sorry.
I don't see the settings or anything like.
Yeah, no, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different beast. Whenever you want something, hit a plus sign.
Right.
And then that'll bring you in. If you're not in the right file, hit the back file up in the top left corner to get to the main.
There's that's what's kind of weird. It's just it just says and that's it.
Okay, you have to open a project.
You have
So
to open a project.
start a new project or something. The plus sign is a new project.
When I start a new project, it goes to all media. That's all. The only thing it goes to. Like you have to open everything up to just.
Oh, doesn't it at the bottom it says create movie?
Yeah.
Click on that.
Oh.
So if you knew what you wanted, you should just grab it all then. But if you didn't, you just create movie and then you pull it in with the plus sign.
To really interact with it. It's not like you see everything laid out in the beginning.
No, because it's a phone. So, and I would advise you to look at my 3 videos on I put them up on that playlist for these classes. I taught 3 classes on iPhone and iPad, and they're up there if you want to access those.
I want to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So okay, Claire, I found my account, my YouTube account. Now I'm just wondering, are there any big bad advantages to a paid membership?
No, no.
No, okay.
They're gonna flood you. They're really
Yeah.
pushing this paid business. Like, no.
I have noticed, yeah, everybody's doing that, but yeah.
No, YouTube's really hitting it hard. Just keep telling them, no, I don't want your free trial. No, 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 no.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No, that's great. Thank you so much.
It's so good to see some familiar faces here. So yeah, good luck, everybody. Yeah.
This was great. Thank you, Claire.
Thanks,
Claire.
Thank you. You're awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Don't hesitate to reach out to me. And Edith, you and I are going to spend a minute together now, right?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much.
If people are interested in learning what Edith's learning while she's learning it, Edith, is it okay if other people stay?
Yeah, no, that definitely. I'm, I'm just trying to figure out my.
Yeah, we're going to go back to square one with Edith. So if anybody would
Okay.
benefit from that, feel free to stay. All right, Edith. So your question was, Edith, could you share your screen with me? I think that might be the best thing.
Let me see. Desk the application. Okay, and share. Okay, so, oops.
I'm going to stop recording.